Welcome back, John's Mini Mechanics. And it's episode 20 of Sunday Shop Talk. Welcome back, everybody. Glad to see you tune back in. Got the big cup this morning. Oh, man. Wow, what a week. I've been busy selling stuff. Weeding out my mess I have over here on the other bench, and weeding out the garage. Done some updates in here, updates to the RCs, and we're going to talk about it. First things first, I want to talk about is using AI for profile photos on YouTube. I've used it a few times. I found a few good ones, and I found myself trying Photoshop and Adobe Express, but like I can't draw. I can't. I literally cannot create. I don't have creativity, and outsourcing to someone else requires money that I would rather put into the rest of the channel, because I'm not growing the channel to make money. I'm not growing the channel for any of that. I'm just here to have fun and share my whatever this is with y'all. But I really want to use some AI slot for my YouTube channel profile pic. I tried it out for a few days. I don't know. Would you stop following me if I used AI slot for the profile picture? Would you want to watch my videos less because you know that I used AI for the profile picture and nothing else? How far are we holding each other accountable for the use of AI and what it's doing to our communities? It's in everything. Like trying to use a function in Adobe Express or Photoshop that doesn't have AI is like almost impossible. I think all of these apps are ran with AI and just use AI prompts in the background for you to create. Man, it's wild. All right, off of that. I had to get a new pinion, a 5mm pinion for that, and I picked up a can of this Moose Slick Industrial Grade Ultra Light Grease Coating. I like it. I don't think I'm using it 100% correctly. However, the way these products are designed, it looks like you can't hurt your RC product by misusing their RC maintenance products, because the lubricant is just that. It's lubricant. The grease coating is just that. It's a grease coating. There's no hidden, and it's just water resistant grease. That's it. So I decided to give it a try, and I have cleaned using Mr. Pink Super Suds Car Wash with the auto detail brushes. Scrubbing, I did the TRX4, I did the Stampede, and I did the Mini Max. The Hummer needs the body removed, needs the guys removed from inside, needs the top and doors pulled off to clean effectively hard bodies are just that's how it is, man. Scale. I mean, that is one of the most scale RC vehicles out there on the market right now, is the FMS Hummer, and there's a lot to that thing to get clean. Um, so actually, if you look, I mean, that's a year and a half old. That's got some pretty good dark color to it still, and I went over the whole thing and just added it. I'm concerned, like the product line has been around for 15 years, I gather, and in the automotive industry, brands don't stick around like that. They come up and they get a foothold, and then they dilute their products and make their products inferior. Cow RC has been around for quite some time now. Yeah, good stuff. If you order them, I suggest ordering on through their website, or asking your RC shop if they have any of the applicator tubes, or to order some of the applicator tubes, because this stuff is like our throttles on our RC. So a little bit of pressure, a little bit of stuff, a lot of bit of pressure, a lot of bit of stuff. And I would assume that's all their nozzles are like that for the products, which is fantastic. I think is great. So I've got both the TRX4, or all three of my Traxxas vehicles are coated in that stuff with the brush, and then just wipe down to get all the excess off. And honestly, the dirt doesn't stick to it. I mean, it clings when you're out there bashing and hitting the trails. It'll stick to it. But when you get home, you take an air gun or a vacuum, and it's maybe like a light static cling. I wouldn't even say it's like a grease cling. So I was very happy with the results of that, especially with the amount of product that I used on these. So that may be something you look into. Also, I noticed that it rehabbed some of the screws, non-stainless screw sets that had gotten wet and rusted a bit, like a surface rust. It did alleviate the coloration of surface rust, so it can't really see surface rust on the spots that did have surface rust before. I don't know if it's a remover. I won't say that, but I will say my trucks look fantastic now. So maybe give that a consideration if you're looking into cleaning your stuff. I'm going to continue on. Last week I talked about the Cow RC Jet Vac and how they were manufactured by another brand to their specifications. And that brand is Metrovac, if you are interested. Specifically, it's going to be the Vac and Blow 4 horsepower line. Any of them with the 4 horsepower dual motor will be sufficient or equivalent to it. You can find them anywhere. The company's been around since 1939, and they have not changed the design of their vacuums. It's sucks in, blows out the other end. It's a straight line design, so with 2 motors in a little bag. Is it overkill for RC? I don't know. I'm using a shop vac right now with some attachments, and it's good. So here's the little attachments. This goes on the end. It's just like the Cow RC. It was $13.99 on Amazon. Came with all these attachments. right? And I hooked it up to my shop vac setup. I like it. I have not tried the blower end. But the Metrovacs have like 130 CFM, and they can lift a water lift. The measure of power is 95 inches. So the 4 horsepower shop vacs can only do 70 inches. So there's 25 inches difference that it's able to pull a stream of water, right? And the blower side will push out 200 miles per hour. So I'm looking at one of those Metrovacs to get in here, check it out, give it a work, see if I like it, see if it's an actual thing for RC. Is a shop vac just enough? I don't know. This is the kind of things I like to do with my channel. So, Metrovac, shop vac attachments, ultralight grease, AI slop for photos. So, got the new batteries. Soldered in an XT60. These little CNHL batteries are pretty slick. I like them. But it's a snug fit, like really snug. And y'all need to be careful if you decide to go this route with the CNHL 3200 3S battery pack, mini pack. It's shorter than the length, but it's wider by like 2 mil. Center diff. So I pulled the motor off for some reason. Oh, to do the strap, right? The Velcro strap. I pulled the motor plate off, thinking I had to. Well, I didn't have to. And then I noticed it was really wet and down in there. So I thought it was water, and then thinking like, oh man, I had that bad, that weak thread locker in there. So I pull all apart. Sure enough, all 4 of those little screws were backed out. The inside of the differential is just silver, like just it looks destroyed. However, it works. I just topped it off with new fluid, filled the threads with as much thread locker as I could jam in there. Let it sit overnight. Took it back out, and now it's good to hook. I'm not having blown out center diff issues, which is wheeling with light, a little bit of light, and then the fronts were just like pancaking, and the rear wheels weren't doing anything. They were spinning, but the front tires were pancaking, ballooning like crazy. So I was just getting power straight to the front and nothing to the rear, really. Able to fix that. Compressed air over a vacuum. I don't know, everybody. Like, the compressed air works quick, but I set mine to 90 psi. I'm looking into one of those Tornadors. It's an air hose attachment, and it just spins around in a little cup. Supposedly, it's supposed to clean like 20%, 30% faster and have more pressure. I don't know. So I'm looking at one of those. And I'm going to just continue on and seeing, like, do we like the vacuum or do we like the compressed air? Because going out and doing compressed air isn't always an available option. You know, I can't always leave the kids to go out and do that. Can I just not do anything until I have more free time and go use the air compressor outside? That's a possibility. I could do that. And I do that. But I like trying new things. So we're going to continue with the compressed air versus vacuum and see which one I like. All my new subscribers, hi. Thanks for tuning in. If this is your first episode of Sunday Shop Talk, welcome. 281 subs right now. iMars D300 Plus charger, solid charger. I like the app. I've got to relocate it every time I open the app. It doesn't stay saved, and it thinks it's a D1000 Pro, which is weird. Whatever. I like it. I made ammo can charging box. Store the batteries when I'm not charging. Bigfoot's got a new motor in ESC. That bad boy has been just fantastic to me. I love that truck. It goes fast. It is a wheelie monster. It's got I went to a 13 tooth because all I could get from Robinson Racing was a 13 tooth. They don't have a 10 tooth and a 5mm bore. So I'm going to go to a 50 tooth spur. Try and lower the wheel, because it's just a wheelie machine. It'll probably do backflips, standing backflips if I tried. I haven't. I might go to the RC track after this and burn through a few packs. Not quite sure. I really like the Hobbywing setups, the Max 10 setups in both the Mini Max and the Stampede, though. They're fantastic. Compared to the Traxxas stuff, you can't compare. The Traxxas electronics are fantastic out of the box. And if you're staying within atmosphere, the world of Traxxas, you can't go wrong with their stuff if you stay with their stuff. But for me, the Hobbywings are where it's at. Okay, so who wants to take a look around and see what we've done so far and what I've updated? You don't? Well, guess what? This is my channel. We're going to do it anyways. Oh. Whee! Alright, so I've recently added this border up here and this ceiling for storage. But mainly I wanted to add lighting underneath there. I think it looks cool. Let's zoom out. There we go. Order the spur. Who's this guy? Whoa, young stud. Huh. full line of TLR shock oil, tool setup. Boys. All right, everybody. Thanks for tuning in. Like, comment, subscribe. Remember, I love each and every one of you. Bye.